Okay, day 2. Here we go. So here's what you should have so far. A crab that moves with the keyboard control and sound from chapter 3. And you should have programmatically added a crab and 3 lobsters and programmatically added worms in random locations. So here's what that looks like. So if you don't have this, you should switch it. So when I hit reset, the crab, nothing happens apparently when I hit reset. I don't know why. There we go. So the worms go in random spots. The crab and lobsters appear. Wonder why that takes so long. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Okay, so that's what you have. Let's take a look. Here's what we did yesterday in Crab World. We went to the constructor. We added the populate world method call. We added the populate world method definition that looks a little bit like that. Okay, that's what we have so far. Okay, continuing on. Alright, animating an image. Switch between 2 images. We're going to have to learn about variables first. So we're going to switch images. Okay, so we're going to have this image and this image. So basically here's what's going to happen when we run it. It's going to look a little bit something like this. The crab is going to... Okay, so you can see what that crab does. You also see that I'm a poor crab player. Okay, we're going to have to learn about variables before we can switch the images effectively. Okay, so we have been using the variables a lot, but now we're going to study them. Okay, so we're going to work on variables a little bit. All right, so Greenfoot provides the Greenfoot image class. So basically you have this class or object and objects that hold pictures. We need to construct a new Greenfoot image, so we could do something like this, new Greenfoot image, crab2 PNG, we could do that. Okay, and so we have the 2 images there. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Check the documentation of the actor class, and I want you to write down what are the 2 methods that allow us to change the actor's image, what are their parameters, and what do they return. Okay, answer that question, pause, answer that question. Okay, so we have this thing, void set image, and you can stick in an image object, and you have void set image, and you can actually say, well, you can look inside my folder, and you can find a picture file inside there. So to change the image of the crab, we could write set image new Greenfoot image crab2 PNG. So we could do this. This would work effectively of switching from the one crab image to the next crab image, but we're not gonna. A better way is to use a variable, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we could do this, but we're not gonna do this. Good, handy to know though. Okay, so here's what we need to talk about. So in order to switch the images, we need to work with variables, specifically instance variables. Another name for an instance variable is a field. And here's our friend Master Chief, and why is he here? All right, think about this. Think about that you're playing a game of Halo, right? And you just picked up a bunch of rounds for your gun, right? And the guy you're fighting, he forgot to pick up any rounds of ammo for his gun, and let's just say that the game forgot how many rounds that he had, and he forgot how many rounds that you had. He should have run out of ammo. He didn't. You just grabbed ammo, and it didn't remember it, and you forgot. Would that make you happy or sad? How about this? How about that you just blasted your opponent in the face with a shotgun? He only has basically 1 shot left in his life. If you hit him again in the face with a shotgun, he's going to die. And let's pretend that the game forgot that. Would that make you happy or sad? And the answer is sad. All right, so what I want you to do is list other things that an instance of a class, an object, such as, so Master Chief in Halo, he is an instance of a class. He's an object, right? Because when Master Chief dies, what happens? You get another Master Chief. You spawn another one. But at any rate, so what are things that he needs to remember? List as many things that him and his gun and like everything about him in the game too need to remember about Master Chief. Okay, so list all those things. And number 2. This may be a little bit difficult, but let's say this. Master Chief is hanging on to all this information about him and his gun and all this stuff. And when he dies, would it be good to store that information, or when he respawns, do you want to throw away all the information he was storing and start fresh? If that makes any sense. If you need some help, you can talk to me personally. Why do we need to get rid of all of Master Chief's information when he dies? Answer those questions. All right. So an instance variable a variable, also called a field, is a bit of memory in the computer's RAM that belongs to the object, so the crab or Master Chief. Okay, we think of it, when you think of an instance variable, think of it as a box in the RAM that you can store stuff in. Or even better, we can also think of it as a box that the crab or Master Chief or whoever the object is or the worm carries around. So if here's your crab, he's got this invisible box that he's dragging around with him, and you can stick stuff in there, stuff that he needs to remember. Anything that is stored in it will be remembered as long as the object exists. What kind of stuff would you stick into the crab's box? Well, one box will hold how many worms he's eaten. Another box will store his location, his X and Y coordinates, so on and so forth. So this crab has all these little boxes that go along with him. Okay, and as long as he exists, as long as he's in the world and alive, the boxes will be trailing along with him invisibly, and as soon as he dies, those boxes will all disappear and they no longer exist. Okay, write down these notes. Okay, so here's how you do it. Here's the standard style for doing it. You say private variable type and then variable name. All right, and so in your program, so for us, we're going to say private Greenfoot image image1. So private means that this can be used just by the crab. What kind of thing goes into the box? The only thing that can go into this particular box is a Greenfoot image object. And what are we naming this box? Image1. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Here's what it's going to look like. Public class crab exists animal. So we're right here at the top, and then you're going to say private Greenfoot image1, private Greenfoot image2. Okay, and so in this example, we've declared two variables in our crab class. Both can hold. So the only thing that can go into the box is a Greenfoot image, and their names is image1 and image2. So if we're talking to them, we need to call them by their name. And our crab now has two boxes. All right, question. What's the only thing that can go into these boxes? Answer that down. By the way, here's code 4-2. Don't type this code in yet, because that'll mess you up for later. But you will in a little while. But just remember, this is where you find code 4.2. Okay, write this down. When we create a new variable, it is called a declaration statement. Okay, we will always write instance variables, variable declaration at the top of our class before the constructors and the act method and other methods. So as you can see, what that's saying is, like right up here, basically it's the first thing we do. What would come next is probably the act method, or the constructor, then the act method, and then other methods. It goes right here up at the top. That's what we're saying. Okay, take these notes. Okay, exercises. Right-click the crab in your world and select Inspect. What variables are shown? Okay, so write down all the variables that are shown. Why do you think that the crab has variables even though we have not declared any yet? Add the variable declaration shown on code 4.2. Look 2 slides earlier, so what we're talking about is now you're actually going to add that code to your crab. Inspect your crab again. Now, what are your new variables and their values shown in the white boxes? Answer those questions. Okay, we do not have two Greenfoot objects, just some empty spaces to store two objects in. So you can see that, look, we have two empty boxes. We could stick an image object in there, but we haven't as of yet. Okay, write the code on paper to make an instance of the Greenfoot class and have it hold the image named Hunk of Burning Love. Answer these questions. And that's it.